Ripple will leave the US after the end of the trial with the SEC. XRP to $85,000. The lawsuit filed by the SEC in December 2020, which alleges that Ripple Labs Inc., Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson illegally used XRP as an unregistered security to raise $1.3 billion, is still being postponed to the extent that the CEO of Ripple threatens the possibility of leaving the country in the event of a court ruling in favor of the SEC. Welcome to the Finance Up channel. If you liked this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Do you think the analysts are right about XRP? Write the answers in the comments. Giving away 500 XRP at the end of the week. One random subscriber will receive XRP coins. Take a look at the instructions in the comments section. All you need to do is write the word XRP, watch the video to the end, to like and subscribe. Garlinghouse made this clear in an interview with Axios Media during the Collision Conference in Toronto. He said that if they lose the lawsuit, they will not consider leaving the US, but will do so, adding that losing the case will not change anything in the broader crypto industry. If you think about how the world works now, it seems that the case is lost, except for a few other exceptions. So if we lose, if Ripple loses the case, will anything change? Quote, in mid-April, Ripple appeared to have won a significant victory in its case against the SEC after Judge Sarah Netburn ruled to reject the SEC's request to review the protection of certain documents testifying to a speech delivered by its former director William Hinman, which states that Bitcoin and Ether are not securities. However, the case is still gaining momentum as the SEC managed to reverse a potential Ripple victory by stating that Hinman should not have given this speech because he had certain conflicts of interest with these cryptocurrencies. Garlinghouse has repeatedly raised this issue, stating that XRP is a currency, not a security, comparing its nature to Bitcoin, BTC, or Ethereum, ETH. Ethics officials are currently conducting an investigation to confirm whether Hinman had a conflict of interest when he delivered his controversial speech. The results of the investigation may be useful for Ripple and its legal strategy. Garlinghouse recently praised the way the Securities and Exchange Commission handled the case, adding that he hopes to complete it later this year. In this case, the company is likely to enter an IPO. In addition, a couple of days ago, Ripple announced its plans to open an office in Toronto, Canada, creating about 50 new jobs. Similarly, it should be noted that in addition to Ripple's 300 employees in the US, the company has more than 300 employees abroad, so the change of the main headquarters should not make much difference to the company. Ripple's CEO may be shuffling the cards, preparing for the future. But those who are still in the XRP army can be optimistic that the company will do nothing but expand its presence, regardless of whether it will be based in the US or not. Ripple and two of its executives, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson, defendants in a lawsuit against the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, filed a letter objecting to the amendments proposed by the commission. In the letter, the defendants mentioned that it was impossible to satisfy the SEC's request for editing without prejudice to the open judicial system. They noticed that, even to classify documents for security reasons, the court allows only such details as the names and whereabouts of witnesses. The defendants argued that the alleged redactions had nothing to do with the alleged security threats. The preliminary letter does not even mention the name of the expert. Thus, it does not pose any danger. The SEC asked to seal 3 positions from Ripple's response. The authority appealed. 1. The description of a flaw in the expert's methodology. 2. An argument that mentions the inconsistency of the SEC's position regarding its request for secrecy. 3. 2 other arguments emphasize the position of the authorities. SEC still uses delaying tactics. The letter adds that none of the proposed revisions disclose any important facts related to the expert. At first glance, they protect the SEC from public criticism. Quote, the SEC is trying to delay the outcome of a crucial lawsuit. She makes every effort to protect some of the most important documents, such as Hinman's speech and related emails. Meanwhile, the defendants claim that the authorities insist that the publication of the submitted petition should not be allowed, because it stirs up discussion. This argument is the opposite. This does not correspond to the public's right to access the details of the case. The court should reject the Commission's complaint, since it did not provide the proper grounds necessary for sealing, the defendant concludes. It is expected that the account of Ripple co-founder Jed McCaleb in the XRP ledger register, known as the Takestand account, will be empty in a month, as the sales of the co-founder's XRP tokens continue, but the issued tokens begin to dry up. Dry out. As a social media user first pointed out, using data from a website tracking Jed McCaleb's account, there are now about 96 million XRP tokens left in the Ripple co-founder's account. At his current sales rate, he is expected to have between 23 and 27 days left before the account empties. Now we officially have less than 1 month left until XRP remains on the account of the Jed McCaleb's taco stand. According to Crypto Globe, since the beginning of the year, McCaleb has sold more than 500 million XRP tokens on the market. McCaleb is said to have started working on Ripple back in 2011 and was part of its founding team when the firm launched in 2013. Although he left it in 2014 to work on Stellar, XLM, he received 8 billion XRP tokens for his work. Role in the development and foundation of OpenCoin, which was later renamed Ripple. The entrepreneur receives funds on a fixed schedule and has made it clear through XRP Talk, a forum for investors and supporters of XRP, that he plans to sell the funds received, since he has already donated some of the funds to charities such as Give Directly, the Literacy Bridge and others. Since then, he has been selling XRP periodically. According to a CoinDesk report back in 2014, the deal between McCaleb and Ripple was made to avoid a massive and sudden sale of XRP at that time. The deal did not limit the number of tokens that McCaleb could sell after the 7th year, which meant that his account could soon be empty. Some supporters of the cryptocurrency believe that McCaleb's XRP sales keep its price low, as the constant pressure from sellers increases every time McCaleb sells his tokens. It is worth noting that McCaleb's large sales of XRP continued even after the cryptocurrency experienced a major sell-off due to a lawsuit by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, against Ripple Labs last year. The Securities and Exchange Commission said Ripple and 2 of its executives raised more than $1.3 billion through an unregistered ongoing offering of digital asset securities. Quote, "The current price of XRP for today you can see yourself on the screens, and the trading volume for 24 hours is $1,294,436,065 US. We are updating our XRP price in US dollars in real time. XRP has dropped 4.08% in the last 24 hours. Do you think XRP will be able to win the court and restore its former price? Write the answers in the comments." That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video to the end. If you liked it, then don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel.